Hello, this is Jason, and I'm sitting here at Esco Beach Bar. Just had myself a couple happy hour beers for $3 a piece. It's not bad for craft beer. And I think I'm gonna take me a walk down the beach, not just the beach road, but walk in the beach itself. And I'm gonna sit down and jump on the beach. Pretty nice. I've not yet walked on the beach itself, so you will get to experience it with me for the first time. And I've not yet felt the ocean water. It's pretty chilly. Pretty chilly. Ooh, yeah. There's a seafood place. There's an Indian food place. So let's do some nature walking on the beach. This reminds me of walking on the beach in Daytona, Florida, which is where I went for vacation every year for many years of my life, because once my mom got brave enough to drive there once, she didn't want to go anywhere else. So we went to the Grand Prix Hotel on Daytona Beach many, many times. I'd probably say like 10 times. So, but I thought that was normal. But when I grew up, I'm like, why didn't we ever go anywhere else? Like, that's what I'm all about now, is like going from place to place and exploring new places. But my mom was just like, nope, we're going to the exact same beach, to the exact same motel, have the exact same experience that we've had 10 times before. But it's not that it was a bad experience. I loved it. Just in hindsight, it's like we could have gone to like Myrtle Beach, Virginia Beach. There's so many other beaches. I guess one year we did go over to the Gulf side just for like a day, and it wasn't as good, so they just figured we weren't missing anything. But we could have went to like Destin and all up in the panhandle of Florida. Like, they have really white sandy beaches there that are, I'd say, much better than Daytona. And that is on the Gulf side, but up there in the panhandle, it's better than down on the west coast of Florida, down like Fort Myers and stuff. Man, the beach is really encroaching. I think the sea levels have been rising from what I've seen over the years watching videos from here, because the beach used to be like a lot wider, and it's getting washed out in a lot of places, like here. Oh, it's funny. Check this out. I like the song. That was cool. I love how people are out here doing all kinds of different activities, like just having a dance party. Pull up and play some music on the boombox and get a bunch of people dancing around. Pretty cool. I just remembered what that was from. I couldn't place it. It's a video of the dude banging on like a bango drum, and they used to put like a little cat nodding its head over it. All right, the beach opens up a little more here, but it's still not that wide right now. You know, the videos that I watched a year ago or more, this beach was like so much wider. I don't know if it's seasonal, or if the tides are just high right now, but the beach used to be much wider. Look out for this rope. What is this going out into the ocean? A rope. Yeah, I stepped on something on my big toe on my left foot. I still need to do some rooftop experiences. They have a bunch of different rooftop places here. And unlike Bangkok, where it'll cost you like $100 to go to a rooftop for a night, here it's maybe $20 if you're buying a couple drinks. Whew. I'm liking the sandy beach walk though. Although I'm not aware. Yeah, I think I did remember seeing a foot washing station. So I'm gonna have to keep my eye open. Like I like walking on the beach, but when you get off the beach and trying to get the sand off your feet, I'm not a big fan of sandy feet. Not a big fan at all. I love being out in nature in all kinds of different settings. Walking down the beach is one of the best nature settings you can have. Just hearing the crash of the waves, so soothing. So soothing. Got a big old light lighting up the beach. And walking barefoot on the beach, some good exfoliation. Starts rubbing off some dead skin cells on the bottom of your feet. So, for subject change, don't know how often you guys contemplate the universe, but I do it fairly often. I watch a lot of YouTube videos about space and universe, and it just blows my mind. Like there was they did a deep field photo again with the James Webb telescope, and they've done this before with the Hubble. So the Hubble deep field, showed thousands of galaxies in a speck of sky that was completely black. They just point the telescope at an empty piece of sky and leave the shutter open for like a day just to absorb as much light as possible because it's so dim. And you see like thousands of galaxies in a piece of the sky that's like so small. Like the amount of sky that if you held up a grain of rice at arm's length, there's like 10,000 galaxies in there. So if you extrapolate that out to the whole sky, that means there's like 2 trillion galaxies in the universe. And each galaxy, like ours, has between 100, 200 billion stars. So, I mean, it's hard to fathom those numbers. 2 trillion times 100 to 200 billion. That's how many suns are in the known universe. And just the vastness, the space in between it is so mind-bending. It takes like, I think, 4 years. It's like, I think Alpha Centauri, Alpha and Proxima Centauri are like 4 light years away. That's the nearest stars. It's a binary star system. So it takes light 4 years to get to the nearest star. So it would take us thousands of years just to get to the nearest star. The vastness of space in between stars is astounding. It just makes you feel like a virus floating on a speck of dust. And there's a YouTube channel that really helps you put in perspective the scale of things. It's called Epic Spaceman. So I'd recommend checking that out. He does all kinds of videos of putting things into perspective. And just our galaxy, to give an example, just the Milky Way galaxy, if it was the size of the United States, our sun would be the size of like a virus in the United States. Think how small a virus is compared to the United States of America.
The diameter of the United States of America. If the center of our galaxy were in Kansas, right in the middle, the solar system would be about here, in the city of Denver in Colorado. In fact, all of the stars that we can see in the night sky would only stretch as far as the city lights of Denver. So how big would we be? How big is the sun on this huge scale? Well, on a scale where the galaxy we live in is the diameter of America, the sun would be about this big. So that's already completely crazy, but it doesn't end there, because I'm not standing on a hill here. on a scale where the Milky Way is the size of the United States. Our giant sun would easily fit between the ridges of the fingerprint on the tips of our fingers. It would be half the size of a red blood cell. Our galaxy is astonishingly large. I've shrunk myself down 50,000 times to be this size. This is a single grain of sand in comparison. It's taken me 2 minutes to walk over to where Earth is, here, one fingerprint ridge away. Here's our little blue marble. On this scale, it's 3 times smaller than the coronavirus. Jupiter here was 4 more ridges away. Neptune, the last planet, has taken me an hour to walk to. It's just 1 centimeter away at the edge of my fingertip. Isn't it crazy, but wonderful, that if our galaxy was shrunk down to the size of a continent, the orbits of the planets of the solar system would be the swirls on the tip of our finger? We're always interested in how big the universe is, but the galaxy we live in, the Milky Way, is so wonderfully vast and impressive.
Like, that's our sun, which our sun is millions of times bigger than the Earth, and the Earth is probably that many times bigger than us. So we are a speck of dust, dust in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind. It really stretches my brain to even fathom the vastness of the universe. And then we're on a rock. It's revolving around a ball of gas that's so massive that the gravity that's pulling it into it is fusing the hydrogen together and creating helium and fusion, which is there in return sending out light that is creating life on Earth. And then our sun that we are revolving around is revolving around the center of our galaxy at hundreds of thousands of miles per second. So we are zipping through the universe. And then our galaxy is moving at an astounding speed through space away from other galaxies. And the Andromeda galaxy is actually heading on a collision course with our Milky Way galaxy, which in a few billion years, they're going to merge together and create one bigger galaxy. It's just amazing. Amazing. So, I'd recommend, if you've never delved into the subject, to first watch some of the Epic Spaceman videos, because he makes some really good videos that will spark your interest. And some other series that are worth watching is Cosmos, the original one with Carl Sagan, and the new reboot one with Neil deGrasse Tyson. Those both have a lot of cool information. And The Universe, that's a mini season series that goes into all kinds of different space topics. And then there's a lot of Brian Cox documentaries that I love. One's The Planets, and he has some others I forget the name of, but look up some Brian Cox BBC documentaries. He's always very good at explaining things. He's one of my favorites. I actually listen to videos of him talking about space and physics and stuff, like as I go to sleep. He has such a soothing voice. I'd recommend it. Oh, it's getting pretty dark out. I still got a little, not too much farther. It's the M Hotel there. It's supposed to be one of the nicer places to stay in Da Nang. It's probably pretty pricey, I don't know how much. But if you stay just one block off the beach road, which is what I'm doing, the prices go down like a third of what they are right here on the beach. So it's worth it for me to walk that extra block, not be right on the beach. But I mean, you could get a room right on the beach for maybe 50, 60 bucks a night. And I'm paying like $19 a night. But that could be worth it to you to have a room that looks out over the ocean, to wake up to the sunrise every morning. Just looking out over the ocean, very beautiful, very beautiful. Yeah, my feet are really getting exfoliated. I feel it. Feel it. Look at this place. Whoa. Ow. Tripped over that rope, it hurt. Another one up here. All right, here's a foot washing station. I'm gonna come off the beach. Ooh, that was a nice walk. I don't think I could do that every day though. It's pretty rough on my feet, on my bare feet. If I did do it every day, I'd have to wear my sandals. All right, well, that was my beach walk. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you later. Take it easy.